That's not a good idea.
All right. Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the April 16th, 2025 Board of Sanitary Commissioners. If you would all rise with me and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. There are no excused absences today. All sanitary commissioners are present. We will now open up the floor for public comment. Any of those wishing to make comment, please limit those to 3 minutes.
Yes. Rick Yentzer, newsman and author. I come here today to talk about, as you had probably talked about a while back, about the changes in taxes and revenue for local government. I said this a couple times last week to other governments that they need to live within their means and also stop the taxation of borrowing, because the Senate bill that was signed by the governor yesterday will cost millions, about $1 billion to local government. I know the sanitary district has a big job of cleaning up the river and picking up the trash, but you've incurred a lot of debt, and from what I heard from lawmakers the other day, that's the reason that they're going to cut back, because they're tired of the debt of schools and government. So, again, given that you've got the means, not only from taxes, but utilities and other programs that you've implemented over, well, the last half century that I remember, you again need to be careful, because you saw the crowd not too long ago that was upset over sewer rates and sewer rate increases. So again, good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Yentzer.
Thank you.
Any others wishing to make public comment? Seeing none, we will now go into consideration of the April 2nd, 2025 board minutes. Would anyone like to make a comment or a motion regarding the April 2nd, 2025 board minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Having a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Hearing none opposed, minutes are approved for April 2nd, 2025. We will now move into the register. Consideration of register of claims totaling $983,593.96. Are there any sanitary commissioners who would like to speak in regards to any particular claims? Seeing none, I will just touch on one, which is a $17,500 charge from My Tree Sons. They performed about 600 feet of clearing in relation to the levee system. This is required by the Corps of Engineers to keep the toe of the levee clear within 15 feet, so they provided that clearance. This was done under an existing contract with My Tree Sons, which is done on a indefinite quantity, indefinite delivery basis that is procured through Public Works. All right. Seeing no other sanitary commissioners wishing to make comments in regards to the claims, I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
I will second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing none opposed, registered claims are approved. Next, we have a update with the district administrator, Mr. Rick Conrad.
Good morning, Rick Conrad, District Administrator. First, I'll mention I've got a couple of construction sites working on out there that may affect traffic. One of them is on Petty between Briar and Duane, and the other one is near Martin Luther King and Hines. Also, as I think everybody knows, we had some pretty substantial rainfall between April 4th and April 7th. In total, we had about 4 inches of rain that fell that weekend, and the river gauge went from its normal level of 4 feet past the flood stage of 9 feet and eventually crested at 12.5 feet. I want to acknowledge Tom Noble and the engineering department. They did a great job of getting prepared for this. They were available all weekend, day and night, to respond to any floods or backup calls. I think overall, we were pretty fortunate. There were very few major instances of flooding that would have caused some major problems. Really, the only one was at State Road 32 or East Jackson Street now. The road was closed temporarily. There is a flood station and a pump there that is designed to remove that water, but it could not keep up, so the engineering folks moved some pumps out there and were able to get that water cleared in a relatively short period of time and get that road opened back up. Along with the floods, though, is going to come a lot of woody debris, branches, logs that are going to be left along the riverside of the levee that we will be responsible for removing so that we can continue to mow. That is going to be an additional expense that you'll see coming up probably at the next board meeting. Those are waterlogged limbs, so they're heavy and we pay by weight. So it's a pretty big cost to keep that clean, but it is a part of our levee and our flood protection system, so it's important that we maintain that well. Earlier this week, we had a kickoff meeting with the T.Y. Lin Group. They're going to be evaluating our pollution control facility to see where we can make some improvements to the treatment capacity. Right now, the capacity of the plant is 38 million gallons per day. But if you were to just look at what is truly sewage, we really don't ever get past 10 million gallons per day. And of course, the problem is that we have a lot of combined storm drains and sewer lines. So when it rains, that water goes to the plant. When it exceeds the capacity of the plant, the only place for that water to go is out a combined sewer overflow and into the river untreated. This is one of our bigger projects we're working on here with a long-term control plan. In some instances, it is simplest to simply separate those storm lines from the sewer lines. In other cases, it's much more cost-effective to increase the capacity of the plant. We get a couple of benefits from that. One is that we save the maintenance. We don't have to worry about tearing through roads and other infrastructure. The other is that we do get some treatment of that first flush of rain, so it actually leads to a cleaner river. So two big benefits of this project. We're looking forward to some cost savings and eventually a cleaner river. And then we have a few events going on, public events for the district. I think I mentioned earlier in the year that we'll be having a shred day at East Central Recycling. That will be going on from April 21st to April 25th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 701 East Centennial. We have a river cleanup plan between, it's a group effort between the Sanitary District, the Mighty Stormwater Partnership, which is MIDY, and the Muncie Delaware Clean and Beautiful. This will take place on Earth Day, April 22nd. Anybody who's interested can meet at the Cardinal Greenway Depot at 700 East Weiser at 9 a.m., and they'll be cleaning the section that is across the river from Bunch Boulevard. And then also that same evening on Earth Day, there will be a rain barrel workshop taking place at 6 p.m. This one will require registration. Space is limited. For both of these events, though, you can visit the district's Facebook page, and we'll have all the details there for you. I was also informed by the superintendent of our sanitation and recycling plant that we can now accept milk, juice, and soup cartons to be recycled. So previously we were wanting those to be held out because of the waxy coating that's put on there. We can now accept and recycle those. And then finally, what Mr. Genser was kind of hinting at here was Senate Bill 1, which just passed a little more than 24 hours ago, I believe. We're still sort of evaluating what kind of impacts that's going to have on the sanitary district, but in general, it is going to reduce our income from property taxes, which is going to affect very specifically the sanitation department. I don't think we can give a real good degree yet of what kind of impact that will have, and we certainly do not have a plan in place yet, but you can expect that we'll be working on that for the remainder of the year. And with that, I'd be happy to field any questions.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Conrad. Being sanitary commissioner, I'd like to ask Mr. Conrad a question.
No.
No. All right, seeing none, you are released.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. We have no department head updates this week. We'll move into old business. Does any commissioner have any old business they would like to discuss?
No.
Seeing none, we will move into new business. Is there any new business any sanitary commissioner would like to discuss?
Not this time.
Seeing none, we'll go into additional board topics. Mr. Clark?
No additional topics at this time. I appreciate the update and mentioning House Bill SB 1. And just a reminder that our stormwater separation projects are federally state mandated and unfunded.
All right. Mr. Sylvie?
Not at this time.
Mr. Overton?
Just in the recent deluge, there was fewer phone calls about flooding issues, and I credit Tom and his department for doing preemptive work, and so well done. Thank you very much.
Mr. Smith?
Nothing additional.
I would just like to convey the appreciation that the Muncie Chief of Police, Mr. Nathan Sloan, provided to me in regards to our sanitation and engineering departments. Apparently, they've been reaching out for some help, and they're deeply appreciative of our efforts on their behalf, and just want to say good job from the chief and for me as well. We do like to all play together. We all live in the same sandbox, so to speak, so glad that we're able to help them, and we appreciate them when they're able to help us. With that said, I will close up the meeting and entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second for adjournment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing none opposed, this meeting is hereby adjourned.